I want to thank God for being alive. You know, if you are not alive, you really can't do anything. But once you are alive, you got health, and you believe, there is a saying, to those who believe, all things are possible. And so I'm really happy for us to be here today. Last time we came here, there are some people here. How many of you were not here last time when I came here? Let me see your hand. You were not here last time. You see? I mean, the people have been working hard. I want to thank the pastors. I want to thank the imam. I want to thank all the different groups. And so I want to pass it on to Mauricio, and he's going to just make a little statement about the FRR, how we got started, and why he invited his friend to come along, you know, like that. So I'll pass it on to him right now. Put your hands together. Oakland, California. Mauricio Miller.
Anyway, I'm very, very honored to have all of you here. You know, when I first saw it, it was a little scary. I thought he didn't tell me. Well, he did kind of, but I think I didn't expect this, and this is a really big honor. I feel like...
Yeah, yeah! Yeah, yeah! Yeah! Now let's listen.
So I want to tell you a little bit about how and why this got started. So my mother was Mexican, and she was very poor. She only went to school through the 3rd grade, and then she brought me and her 2 children to the United States to build a better life. And things don't always go right. And so my family concentrated on one child to get ahead, and that was me. And what ended up happening is that I went to college because my mother insisted I go to college. And when I went to college, I entered another world. And what I learned is that the world of people that have money and are rich works very differently than when I'm poor. And one of the big things is that rich people never tell anybody else outside about any problems they have or how they struggle. They only tell them what I can do, and no problems, you know, because they want people to invest in what they're getting ahead on. So they have problems like anybody else, but you know, they have drugs, they have whatever, but they will never tell anybody that might help them build their life. So, but when I go back home and we're very poor and people come in from the outside, they ask us, well, what's your problem? And what's wrong with you? And what are your struggles? And they want to feel sorry for you. And they feel good if they feel sorry for you and can help you. And that's charity. And my mother hated that, you know, because she was a strong woman. And she did not want to put herself out as a, you know, she had talents, but nobody would ask her what she did or what she could do. They would never ask her friends. And so what I learned is that actually the world, the way it works, if you want people to really look and help you get ahead, it is not by telling them what's wrong with you. It is not by telling them what's wrong in the community. It's not by telling them those little things. It is really, if you want investment and you want something to really change, you have to both tell them and show them that you can do something. And the fact is that in a country like this, all the people that we've met are doing something. But nobody will invest in what they're doing. They will only invest in what's wrong. And so what this is about is that you have to stop telling people how struggles are. They are only challenges for what you want to do to get ahead. And if you want to actually get ahead, you need to present yourselves in a very different way because you're doing things. And so some of the information that's being captured here and what you've been doing, it is actually really important because we have to tell a very, very, very different story than what people from the outside have actually said. And when Reverend Brewer came to one of our meetings, and he talked to the chair of my board of directors, who's kind of my boss. He said something like, and he could probably say it better, that when people in America but other places hear about Africa, all they hear is about hunger, disease, war, famine, and people that, it gives you an image people are helpless. And he said, but that's not what the case is. So he had already seen what everybody does, he had lived it, and he wanted that to be what is really presented. And that's when he was asking us to come over here. So, do you want to add anything to that?
Okay, so what he's saying is that when people come here, when NGOs come, when missionaries come, when government people come, what they're looking for is the bad news. Oh, they're not looking good. Oh. The people hungry. The people ain't got this one. They focus on the bad news. That's what they're doing. In fact, when you look on the newspapers and the flyers that people can take from Africa, they always put in one little hungry child. You can count all their ribs. That's what they use to go and carry out there. So because of that, everybody thinks that everybody in Africa, they're just suffering, they're so poor, they're so lazy, nothing good will come out of them. That's what they think. But what I said was that everything that is happening is not bad news. We need to tell the people that we are human beings also created in the image of God. We need to tell them that God has given us gifts and talents freely. We need to tell them that God has deposited many natural resources in our place. We need to tell them about the initiative. Like I talk about my father, everywhere I go, my father didn't graduate from high school, but if it had not been for him, I would not be where I am today. So I talk about my father, I talk about my mother, how great they are, how important they are. In fact, I believe very strongly that this country would have been a different place if our government can recognize the initiative of poor people in our community, of nobody, people who didn't go to Harvard University. Right now, because of the way we think, people do not invest in the initiatives of people, of common people. They are always looking at somebody who's going to be the minister. You got to come from Harvard, and so you got to have 2 master's degrees from Harvard. Well, how many people here are able to go to Harvard? But how many of those people have been able to build schools? How many of them have been able to make farms? Do you know that most of the people who drive and transport people in this country didn't come from university? Most of the people who feed you, who make the farm, they didn't come from America. So the people who feed, most of the people who pay the school fee for children, majority of the children that are going to school, most of the people who struggle and pay their school fee, they didn't come from America. But those things that they are doing to get their children ahead, nobody hears about it. And what his story is that his mother helped to put him to school. And the positive things that she did was the thing that moved him ahead. And so he started this organization so that all of the things that you're doing, whether you're making your Domboy restaurant or whatever you're doing, those things are important because it is the thing that is moving you forward. But whatever you're doing, it needs to be shared among the community so that you can learn from one another. And then so that we can also be able to invest in the initiative of the ordinary people that are coming from America so that together we'll be able to do this. This is the thing that he's talking about. And so I'll pass the microphone over to Tony.
Thank you, Reverend Corlett. Thank you to everyone. It is really an honor to hear about the 18 groups and the work that you all are doing together. As Mauricio was saying, and as Corley was saying, we don't come as missionaries. We don't come as the U.S. government. I just left the U.S. government a few months ago. I don't come in a role as the U.S. government. I don't come in a role as IREX, even though I know my friends from IREX and the work that they do. And we're not bringing charity. What we are really here is we're bringing a sense of the initiative that you have together, the resourcefulness that you have together, that together you are strong,
Yes.
That together you support each other, you can learn from each other, share resources, that together you make progress. And for us, it's to help take those stories back and to change the minds of those who would help support the work that you can do together to be able to move along together. So I have a dirty secret. I went to Harvard. I have friends at Harvard. I can take your stories back to Harvard and change the lives of those who are at Harvard. I will also tell you that where I come from in the United States, most people didn't think that I could go to Harvard.
Yeah.
So it's possible. It's just possible together. And the stories that you have and what you can do and learn from each other, and for us to help you learn from each other and progress together, that's what we're here to hear, and we're here to take those stories back. So it's an honor and a privilege to be here and to be in your presence and to experience what you are doing together. So thank you very much.
All right. So, what your story and your story coming to go way to Harvard now? You see, isn't that a new thing? All right. I'll get my brother here to just a statement.
Amen.
Yeah, amen.
I'm glad to be here. Buchanan is not strange to me. Born in Lofa, but my wife comes from here, from Ophir. I don't know, some of you know Sandal Wessing. His son got drawn in the sea once, so his daughter called Hawa. Hawa is my wife. So I'm almost home. You know, right now my mother-in-law doesn't know that I'm here. If she listens to the radio, maybe she will hear my voice. But this is a very good thing to do, where we take initiative for ourselves. I've been telling Reverend since I came. I went Banga, and I was driving on the road coming, and I saw plum. You know plum? It was in the top, not bucket, top, the big top, for $20 Liberian. I think $20 Liberian is 10 cents US. And so the big top of plum for $20, and nobody buying it, is getting rotten. And I started to think, I said, well, wait now. People will still leave all the plums and go into the supermarket and buy juice from America. You still go in the supermarket, the plums are there, the pineapples, you have everything, banana, but you still go in the supermarket and buy juice from America. Every time you buy one bottle of Coca-Cola or the can, that $1 go to the United States. It don't stay here.